feel like there's somebody watching me. Something like there's a face in the darkness, maybe. there's there's definitely something taking shape behind me. Welcome to the Horror Syndicate, Horror Movie Massacre. Uh, Tonight we had no idea what to talk about, so we're gonna bullshit a little bit. I've got some questions about me and Seth were talking about getting stuff together for spooky season, as people call it, the straights, the normies call it. And Seth had this idea to kind of combat that, which, if you think about every September, October, you know, non horror fans start to watch the scary movies. I mean, of course, it's in the air. You've got, if you have cable still, you've got channels showing all the horror films, mostly bullshit like, not bullshit, but like Chucky and stuff like that, which don't really kind of fall into what I would call spooky season type movies. But there's a lot of good movies. I've got a couple suggestions here that I can throw right off the bat. But we'll also talk about a few other things. Seth texted me. I fell asleep on my couch about some of the other things that we could talk about. But yeah, we're not going too serious because, of course, we'll be kind of rebooting the show going into 2026. Horror Movie Massacre, a part two. So that'll be happening very soon, along with the new Werewolf Weekly with a different logo. Yeah, there you go. So anyway, yeah, so we'll field some questions. We'll talk about horror movies, and that's maybe some other stuff. Who knows? We've got us until around 9 p.m. My 9 p.m. Stuff is a whole different story. Oh look, I don't feel like Scream movies really help support spooky season either. They're not. I think one falls on Halloween or around Halloween, so those don't work for me. But of course, that guy talks about Scream all the time, along with what's the other shit he talks about? Ginger Snaps.
Hmm.
Yeah, Seth, how's it going?
It's going. How are you?
I do think the Conjuring movies are good ones to watch around Halloween. Yes, I think a lot of ghost stuff is good to watch around Halloween. I don't know. I fell asleep at like 7 o'clock my time and woke up at it said 7:56. I was like, holy shit! I was I must have been tired. I've been, if you can't tell, I've been under the weather. A lot of congestion. Uh, like all weekend, I was just like no energy, congested. Ugh. Because with spooky season comes allergy season and all kinds of other shit. Cold
Yeah.
flu season.
Yep.
So my son was sick last week, and then of course, anyway, how's it going?
It's going. I'm not sick yet, thank God, but I will be soon. I think my oldest daughter's a little under the weather.
Yeah, I'm tired. I wonder, like, I can't. I told somebody, I was like, I bet you when my kids move out, I'll never get sick.
I just have a shitty immune system, so
I think mine's pretty good, but like before my kids were born, I never got sick. Like I think from like once I got out of high school, gross. Once I got out of high school until my son had his first fever in 2010, I think I may have been sick once, and since 2010, it's like my son gets sick, I get sick. My daughter gets sick, I get sick. And that's how it goes because you're close quarters and all that shit. But anyway, um, welcome to spooky season, I guess. Uh,
Yeah.
it's just everybody's talk. It's spooky season, blah.
I know.
Well, we like I don't we do like amp up the content a little bit during the Halloween season on the Horror Syndicate because we do get more traffic between social media and the website and everything like that. Like our biggest months are always October and
Yeah.
September, like leading up to it. And I mean, it is spooky season thanks to Halloween. But we do horror content 365 days a year. I mean, we're constantly watching horror movies. Obviously, we talk about them on every Tuesday. So it's a year round thing for horror fans. And now there are 770 or no 77,286 uh 77,286 no 77,286,000. There we go. Followers for the Horror Syndicate. Um, I should have put that video up on here of Michael Myers' sister Judith getting fucking face pounded. I'm gonna do that real fast.
From the two pump jumbo.
Anyway, yeah,
I mean,
and she was pretty hot. I mean, I guess I could get it that way, because she was hot and maybe like all that face rubbing
it should
got
have
to
been a
her.
warning sign
So,
for her.
huh?
Should have been a warning sign for her.
Yeah.
Kisses like that.
I mean, that's stuff to wreck a person. You know what I mean? Ooh. God damn it. Okay. To say it wouldn't let me turn my volume down all the way. Anyway, tell us about your what you were telling me the other day about the anti spooky season.
Well,
Almost.
okay. So I wasn't. I think my issue is I had a couple beers and I wasn't articulating myself the way I wanted to. Um, so I was starting. I was doing like these little like small little like blurb things. For you to potentially share onto the um, Facebook page about certain movies, and I was going through and trying to make sure that they were either Halloween related or something that represents this time of year. And then I got thinking about it, and I'm like, I was kind of having fun doing them, and I was like, what if we just keep doing this all year round? Fuck the spooky season stuff. We just keep doing this content for as long as I can and all that. So that's what I meant. Like I didn't mean to sound like like it was spooky season, like all prissy or anything. It was just more of like, hey, we do this shit all year round, and uh, I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to have um, certain things, to kind of like appeal to the people who celebrate it only during this particular month. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. I'm still not articulating myself properly here.
Well, I put your post up for Night of the Living Dead,
Oh, did you?
and I went ahead and put that up to see if there were any good comments or anything like that. And uh, I asked, "Does anyone read everything that's typed out?" And one guy said, "Nope, don't read it unless it's only option, and then I don't want to." I'm like, all right, what an asshole. His name is Art the Clown. So,
Uh,
um, but by the way, David here, if I'm not mistaken, he keeps requesting J horror movies for all of our bracket stuff, and they continue to fail. So that's why I
good.
don't put them in there generally. When we do the brackets, for instance, I just want to throw it if he's watching. I put more popular things because most people haven't seen that stuff, and we like to try to call attention to that stuff. You know, stuff, things people haven't seen, like Hardware or Ringu. What was the? I can't remember the one. Dark Waters.
Mm-hmm.
There were like 4 or 5 he put, and I put them especially in there for him, even though they have all lost, which I knew would happen. But there's a reason why, and that's also why we have 2 brackets for the '90s now to add those 2 movies in there. Also, I think the '90s are underrated.
Yeah.
Looking through the '90s horror movies list, I'm like, there's some fucking good movies in here, like legit. 1990 alone, awesome year for horror. Let's talk about that for real quick. We got Night of the Living Dead remake, excellent movie. We got The Exorcist 3, excellent movie. Child's Play 2, excellent. Come on, jump in. You know, come on. You know some.
John Carpenter's in the Mouth
movie
of
called,
Madness.
I think not. No, not 1990s. 1990 only.
Oh,
Just the 1 year.
1990. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I made a whole post about it recent, or a bunch of movies that came out in 1990 only. I think Jacob's Ladder came out that year. A movie called Brain Dead, Arachnophobia, Demon Wind, people don't like, Flatliners, Tales from the Dark Side, Graveyard Shift, just Darkman, The Gate 2. 1990 alone is not too bad. Ghoulies Go to College, let's not forget that epic classic. Silent Night, Deadly Night 4. There we go. By the way, somebody on my Facebook page watched Howling Line Dance. What is it? Full Moon Line Dancers? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, and New Moon Line Dancing.
Yeah, New Moon Line, yeah. You believe...
They watched it willingly?
No, I don't think there's a scary night in the entire year. I would like to know if you do and why you think it is the scariest night of the year. It's just Jurassic World Rebirth. Okay, we're not talking about Jurassic World. I'm just skipping that completely because the Jurassic Park stuff is not horror stuff. I'm going Scream or Scream. Anyway, so no, I get what you're saying. We celebrate horror, and if you want to make those posts and send them to me, and I'll put them up on the Facebook, no problem. I don't think that's at all a bad idea, especially anything that you might feel maybe underseen. I guess like well, this needs some eyes on it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well,
there's definitely movies.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you didn't. Go ahead.
Oh, like I was trying to mainly think of non, big franchise type stuff. I had one in there that is from something that's kind of popular out of the 3 that I emailed you. Yeah, but the thing too is I was looking at all these other movies that may not necessarily kind of fit the bill of being in the Halloween season, even though they're horror films. And it's like, man, I wish I could bring this up, or I wish I could bring this up, but there's nothing there for me to connect it to the fall,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean the first one you sent me was Night of the Living Dead.
Yep.
And obviously this is a classic horror film. One of the, I'd say this is an absolute must see horror movie, period, in my opinion. And this is a great way, in my opinion, to kick off a spooky season. Because Night of the Living Dead doesn't really give you a time period when it takes place, I guess, but it definitely gives you the spooky vibes. And I'll even go a step further and say the 1990 version does as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which I prefer this version to the original, which blasphemy. Oh my God. It's just, I saw this one first. Tony Todd is more of a polished actor than Dwayne, no offense. And I love the change with Barbara in this one. But I think either one of them are a great start to October, if you ask me. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
and I know
I'm
you reach for Night of the Living Dead a lot in October.
yeah. There's something about the original Night of the Living Dead. So the original Night of the Living Dead is my second favorite horror film of all time. But there's just something about that movie where the between the the cinematography, particularly the camera angles, the kind of the eerie music that happens, score wise at times, like especially the scene where the little girl kills uh what's her name, Cooper's wife. Um, there's just something about
Cooper's wife,
yeah,
Helen.
Helen. That's right. There's something about the original Night of the Living Dead that I always associate with uh, the fall, with the fall season. Um,
Mm, yeah, I agree with that.
and I was trying to remember the conversation about the time change. I don't know if it's supposed to be spring or whatever, but yeah, the original Night of the Living Dead is definitely one that I highly recommend for, especially like the beginning of um, the beginning of the fall season. Um, it doesn't feel like full on fall, but like you could look at it as maybe taking place in the early aspects of fall.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find something of mine. It's hard to do with the light off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you do
there's
that
a
all.
movie. Yeah, there's a movie from the lead zombie or the main zombie from Night of the Living Dead, Bill Hinsman, called Flesh Eater. That is really shitty. It's not very good at all, but I love it because it captures the fall season. You got this group of teens. They all look like they're in their mid 30s. That go out to the woods. They somehow uncover uh, the grave of the zombie from Night of the Living Dead, which is Bill Hinsman or Heinzman, however you want to say it. And he wreaks havoc and chases them down, and it's just a really strange movie, and it's really cut poorly. But I really like it. Here's some box art for anybody who's never seen it.
What year did that
I
come
was going
out?
to put the picture on. 1988.
Oh, never heard of it.
It sucks, but I like it for some reason, and I don't know why. So it's definitely one to check. I got to go back to this, dude. If you want to watch Jurassic Park for Halloween, enjoy. It's those are not horror movies. It's
They're
it's
not.
all on you. You're it's your choice. No, they're not even close. Dinosaurs. I don't know. That's why I don't like Godzilla as a horror movie. But I watch Night of the Living Dead every Halloween. And that's another thing. I think part of with Night of the Living Dead for me, Halloween 2 has it in the movie,
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
like for I,
too.
my brain kind of correlates that to
Yeah,
that. You know what I mean?
I didn't even think about that part yet. That's true.
Well, it's like Haddonfield's in Illinois. I live in Illinois, and they, back then they used to show horror movies on TV just like that on Halloween. And I would not be surprised if Night of the Living Dead was always in rotation heavily on Halloween. On those old stations, especially with the rights issues and everything like that.
Well, yeah, it's yeah because of the copyright. Yeah.
Trick or Treat, yes, that's a good one. By the way, when we redo the show, we won't be reading comments a lot until after we talk about our topic.
Mhm.
Do you guys celebrate Halloween, Sean? I didn't. I don't even know. I feel like a dipshit asking that. So I do watch John Carpenter's Halloween every Halloween, no matter what. No matter what. I've done it every year. Shit, man. It's probably since I was at least 15. Every year. I get, yeah, there are elements, but there are also elements of horror, my shit. So, um, especially if I have to squeeze off a fucking hard one. Me and my fiance Trish watch all the Scream movies on Halloween, and we watched The Conjuring. I don't know, man. The Scream movies are fine. I love the Scream movies, but they just nothing. Even the newest one doesn't say watch this on Halloween. There's a vibe, in my opinion, when you watch a movie that's kind of spooky season. It's got to feel like it's fall. I think Pet Cemetery actually would be a good one to watch on around this time of year because it. I mean, it does take place around Thanksgiving. We know that they go. There's a thing. You see the turkey, the hand turkey, at one point. So this one's for you, Seth.
Uh, hold on. Do you personally believe it gets more darker than usual Halloween night? And do you personally believe Halloween is the scariest night of the year? Uh, as far as the getting darker every year, I don't know. I mean, it gets at that point of the year, it starts getting dark around here around like 4:30. Um, and then is Halloween the scariest night of the year? Um, do I think it's the scariest night of the year? No, I don't.
Is there a scary night of the year? I mean, that's. I guess it could be. If you're watching horror movies, sure. I don't know. It's all about your experience. Let's just put it that way. If you are scared more on Halloween, if you think it's darker on Halloween, then it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I don't know, scariest night of the year. I don't know.
I don't think you and I are as
The only
spiritual
thing
as
that's
some
scary,
people. You know what I mean? Like,
the only thing that's scary about Halloween is like when my kids were little and I would take them trick or treating and we'd be walking, and there are some people who don't drive very slow, so
mm,
I'm always nervous, but I think that's the scariest thing about Halloween. Other than that, I get a 10% dad tax on all Reese's peanut butter cups, so it's the most joyous night of the year for me.
I get, yeah, I get same deal. Not that I'm not the Reese's peanut butter cups. That's Reynolds' favorite candy. Period. I
Yeah,
probably should own stock in Reese's. Uh,
it's
but
my.
I'm not even joking. I bought so many Reese's in the last year. But
I
like
can
for
never
me,
tell
I
you.
like a good. Well, like, is that your favorite candy though?
Yeah,
See, I like Butterfingers
I like those too.
and Baby Ruths are the ones I kind of go for. Yeah. But anyway, I got a couple movies lined up here that I wanted to kind of throw a quick shout out to. Did you end up watching Clown on a Cornfield?
Yes, I did.
What'd you think? I liked it.
So I did like it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Um, uh, Particularly the kind of jokes it makes at the expense of young people. Like the only working phone is one of those old school ones with the dial and they couldn't figure it out, or the fact that the only running
Yeah,
vehicle
yeah. That was,
was a manual transmission. Um, so that stuff was good. I liked the father character, especially when he says "God damn fucking teenagers." I really like that moment because I can relate. Um, but I felt like the third act, it kind of went downhill for me a little bit, particularly with the explanation,
yeah,
because it wasn't as like tuned in as say like the explanation in Dark Harvest. I think made sense based on everything that they show in that film. This was kind of like more like on the side of like Hot Fuzz of characters have really dumb reasons, but it's not quite as clever as funny as Hot Fuzz. So Clown in the Cornfield, I thought is
yeah.
really good. There's some really good kills in it. There's some really fun moments, fun characters. Just kind of fell a little down a bit in the third act for me. What did you think?
I liked it. It was fun. Yeah, the third act, I agree. It wasn't great, but the lead up to everything, it felt like one of those movies that could be a TV show.
Oh
Like
yeah,
an 8 episode. You know what I mean? That's
yeah.
like, so I was enjoying the characters a lot.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, same here.
and which I really like. So what's that?
I said, yeah, same here.
Yeah, like the dad you were talking about, I liked him, and how the town folks were all kind of odd, off a little bit. It just and the reason I wanted to bring this one up, not only because I watched it or we watched it this weekend, was because I feel like this one would fall into the spooky season vibe. It's fall,
Yeah.
definitely. The corn is dying. Everybody's wearing jackets and stuff. They have a festival for the town, which felt like a Halloween type festival.
Hmm.
So yeah. I
Yeah,
suggest it's on Shutter right now. If anybody has Shutter, definitely worth checking out.
I agree.
If you don't like two guys kissing, that happens in the movie.
Yep.
I Yeah, I don't know how things are in Australia. I'm actually curious because like other countries, obviously Halloween's huge for us here, and we have like haunted houses, but the ones where you have actors and stuff like that. And I wonder how like the Halloween season is in other countries. That's actually interesting because I know that there's a lot of countries, especially in the UK and everything, and France and Europe in general, have a rich kind of maybe haunted quotes history. But I'm always curious about that. Great fun, all three. But I've never read. So there's more books, huh? Okay. I knew it was based off a book. I thought it was. So I'm like clown in a cornfield. That sounds like it sounds like the title of something from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Seth, check out serial killer Yvonne Milat. Milat. I'm doing good. I'm feeling better. How about you, Seth? You feeling better? I don't know.
Yes, I'm feeling a lot better.
So those who watch us regularly or check us out on YouTube, don't watch us on Facebook. This video I recorded.
Let's go upstairs. Okay. Fuck, what's that?
Worst kiss ever. Anyway, I took the video that was off of a streaming app on my TV. I stopped watching it and put my Blu-ray in. It looks so much better. But I recorded that. I'm like, because we saw that scene, me and my son. I'm like, that is so dumb. I'm gonna put that on the Horror Syndicate's Facebook page. 718,000 views on Facebook.
That's
We
crazy.
gained almost 6,000 new followers because of that fucking video. Seth, what do you think of that kiss?
It was a early warning sign for Judith. And it goes along with my theory that Michael Myers has been doing people in the first movie a favor, because not only did Michael save Laurie from being friends with Annie, who was a bitch to Laurie, but also Linda, who was dumb as a box of rocks, and he saved Judith from having a future with a dude that kisses like that. So if you really look at it in a certain light, Michael Myers is actually the hero of John Carpenter's Halloween.
He kind of is, yeah. Just like Johnny Lawrence is a hero of Karate Kid. Any excitement for Silent Night, Deadly Night remake? Yeah, I'm mildly excited about it.
I'm looking forward to it. It looks like it's
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
pretty close in line with the original.
Yeah, I like the casting so far, but I don't get too excited about stuff anymore with horror. I've been burned so many times. My favorite things to do during spooky season is set up Halloween decorations. Yep, we're doing that this week at my house and watch the Scream films. Really? Another person with the Scream movies for a spooky season. Okay. I feel like Scream is one of those you can watch any time of the year. It's not for just Halloween spooky season. Like Friday the 13th is not a franchise I ever touch during spooky season. Seth, and you'll agree with me on this. Universal Horror should be at the top of the list for spooky season. Am I wrong?
Absolutely. Absolutely right.
And right under that is Hammer Horror. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gothic horror, for like me growing up, like the decorations, and Seth, you probably can relate to this. Decorations growing up for me were Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, the bride, a
Mm-hmm.
skeleton, spiderweb, shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, of course, you know, you got jack o' lanterns too, but like those are the things that like you watch Lugosi welcome Renfield into Castle Dracula and the beautifully shot, wonderful 1931 Dracula, and you get a chill up your spine every time. And there's something about that that just says this should be watched in October, you know. And I again probably goes back to my youth because they would show those movies on Halloween and leading up to Halloween. They would like start with the Mummy, and on Halloween night we could see Frankenstein, well Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Bride of Frankenstein was the last one. And I think it was on Turner Classic Movies, TCM. So those are the ones that I think that, you know, the Halloween movies for sure. But man, the Scream movies I never thought about watching for the spooky season, but I've already watched them this year anyway.
So, like, just speaking of Universal real quick, especially the first three Frankenstein films, uh, with the way that they're shot, with the way that, you know, you just have like the severe weather and all that, they're just so good. And the third film, Son of Frankenstein, is super underrated, as you and I both know. Um, but those are ones that I instantly go for around this time of year.
Yeah, I already started watching. I watched To the Devil a Daughter last night on Peacock. I don't own it yet, but it's a Hammer film starring Christopher Lee, my favorite actor of all time. Just because I was like, I need something that is like Hammer vibe, and that's not quite Hammer vibe. It's towards the end of their cycle, but I still enjoy it. But I always forget that there's a 15-year-old Natasha Kinski naked in it, which I can't believe they still have that on Peacock. Like I got to the end, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. There's a 15-year-old girl right there. It's for a split second, but that's like they need to fucking edit that out.
Yeah,
It's weird.
yeah.
The movie I like overall. It's a weird movie. What do you think? Personally, believe so. I don't know. I doubt that nobody protests movies like that anymore. Yeah, we like to go hard into it. My kids love the season, and my daughter really like decorate outside. Not like crazy, but we got some stuff to put up outside, like little signs and some things to hang from our tree. And the inside, we've got like a couple of things here and there. I did buy some stuff at the local Dollar Tree recently. You guys have Dollar Tree, Seth?
Yeah.
Man, they got some good stuff this year. You can go out there, $1.25 or $1.50 or whatever.
Oh wow, never seen
You've never
those at
seen the
all.
Halloween films? Interesting. That's rare.
Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, and we'll tell you what would make Halloween 2018 kills and ends better. By the way, if you don't hear from me anymore, it's because I'm in a nut house after watching the Howling movies. I don't blame you. The Howling 3 is still sitting on my floor, staring at me every time I walk in this room.
Well, that's coming up soon, Ray. It's coming
Yeah,
up soon.
Bruce Willis is getting old. I heard he's not doing well. Oh,
So,
Seth, let's not talk about that. So, another suggestion for spooky season. Seth actually already mentioned it. Was Dark Harvest. I added this one because I like this movie from I think it was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
yeah, I believe so. I think. Yeah. No, was it?
What did you like about this? Tell them about this one a little bit.
I I I just think the visual aesthetic of it is really great. I think it's very well directed. It's got a unique story. I kind of like that. There's like this like kind of like 50s vibe going on with it. I think the lore is super
Mm,
interesting. Um, yeah, I just think it's such a good movie. I tried showing this to one of my kids a couple months ago, and I couldn't get them to to stay down here and watch it with me, which is same, which is a shame because I think they'd like it. I like David Slade as a director. He made 30 Days a Night. He also made Twilight 3, but yeah, Dark Harvest I thought was just it's a really cool movie visually. It's got an interesting and kind of unique story, and just interesting mythology. And it's a completely rewatchable film too. It's not a film I ever got bored with. I was there from beginning to end, both times that I watched it.
I saw it the one time in 2023, but it's on my list to watch this year. So I definitely plan on revisiting it. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
I really dug the 50s vibe too. I thought that was
Mhm.
pretty cool.
Yep.
Definitely, it's on. It says I just checked. It's on Amazon or Prime streaming, so you could watch it there if you have not seen it. I like it. I thought it was pretty good. It has the Fiend mask from what are they called? The Misfits.
Mm,
A couple other ones I got here. Another one that I saw a lot of people praise. I think it was the same year as Cobweb. Did you ever see this one?
I did.
You did or didn't?
I did. I thought it was a pretty good name.
I like the first half of this, but it was
Yeah.
just okay.
It falls apart for sure.
Yeah, I think it's the reveal of the person he's talking to is where it falls apart.
Hmm.
Because most leading up to it, the pumpkin patch in the backyard, all that stuff, his parents being strange and all that stuff. That stuff was pretty decent, but then it really kind of just falls off a cliff, in my opinion. There are a lot of people who really like this movie, and that's great. I'd like to give it another shot for sure. It's one of those movies, though. I also think my kids would like, or at least my daughter probably. So I'm definitely interested in checking it out again. It's not really streaming anywhere for free, so I doubt I'll rent it. But Cabo is another one to check out if you want to rent a movie. Um, Now the next two are the two movies I watch when I carve jack o' lanterns every year with my kids. Every year, tradition. Ever since shit, ever since my son was maybe 3, I think was the first year that we started carving jack o' lanterns with him, which would have been 2012. We watch Trick or Treat. Everybody loves Trick or Treat. Everybody. I don't care who you are, right?
Right.
Well, maybe you don't.
No, I like it. I think it's fun. And it's got werewolves in it. Of course I like it.
What do you think of the werewolves in this?
Uh, Pretty cool. I wish there was a little bit more of them. I thought it was a pretty cool twist. Because I
You
genuinely,
like the way they transform?
it didn't bother me. Yeah. Because this was, if I remember
It's
correctly,
interesting.
uh, this is where, like, this is one of the transformations where they ripped the human flesh right off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was pretty
Dude,
good.
congratulations. This guy just
Hey, that's awesome, man.
found out his
Congrats.
wife's pregnant. Yeah, congrats.
And he
Yeah,
said he
that's
just got married
fantastic.
too, so that's great.
Oh yeah, he just got married?
Yeah, I think he said in that
It's
same.
all happening so fast. I must have missed that part. Oh, yeah, there it is. I saw pregnant. I'm like, oh, what? I'm a guy who gets nervous when I see the word pregnant. What did I do?
Make
I
sure
didn't
it's
do
fine.
anything. To be controversial, Sean, get out of here. For the longest time, it was hard to get him to say he liked anything. Remember that? Sean's, oh, I hate this movie. Oh, I hate that movie.
Yeah, but
Such standards.
I've been kind of like, I've been sort of like a virus.
Well, you got him watching a bunch of these bad werewolf movies.
I know exactly. So like, I'm trying to like, crash his standards,
Oh.
and then he can like bad stuff like me.
Yeah. It's right there on my floor. You think I'm joking?
Couple weeks away, buddy.
Ah, there it is.
I mean, and the deal was if we got to the 70K on Facebook, you watch it, and here we are, like,
Yeah, but unfortunately, we got to 77, so I guess the deal's off.
that's not how that works, fuckface.
It was 70,000 and stop.
You're just making up rules now.
Yes. I really don't want to watch this ever again. I will. I mean, we will. We will do this. Maybe this will be our swan song for this version of this show.
Well, no,
Or did you want to do it on Werewolf Weekly?
doing on Werewolf Weekly because I got it scheduled. I'm talking about all the Howlin' films.
You've got a schedule. When was the last time you did a show?
Well, I've had the schedule for a while.
For you, I will watch this again. Okay, for you and only you.
Made a bet.
There's nobody else that could ever make me watch this again.
To be fair, we had a bet, so you were under contract, sir.
I mean, what is going on here? Look at that. Only you will get me to watch that.
I love the fact that my Howlin' 4 DVD has all the images on the back are all images from Howlin' 3. There's nothing from Howlin' 4 on the back of that DVD.
My favorite movie to watch all the time during spooky season is Vampire in Brooklyn. It's highly underrated, in my opinion. It does have a great cast. You know, I didn't watch that until either last year or the year before for the first time. That's not bad. I don't love it, but it's fun. You know, Eddie Murphy. I love Eddie Murphy regardless.
I love one particular exchange, and it was like the guy I think it's the guy that kind of is like the Renfield type character. He's like arguing with his girlfriend, and they're arguing outside, and she's like, "You were snoring." He goes, "Hey, baby, everybody snores," and she goes, "Not when they fucking." I don't know. There's something about that cracks me up. But
I do. So the last movie that we'll throw in there for spooky season that I do watch every time I carve pumpkins is in fact Halloween 3. Excellent film. Seth, what do you think of it? You hate this one, don't you?
I have loved Halloween 3 since before it was cool to like Halloween 3.
Yeah, it's getting to that point, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm glad that people are digging it. I'm glad that it's, getting fans. It's just like I've been consistently saying it since I first saw this when I was a teenager. I heard so many bad things about it, and then when I went to watch it and see for myself, I ended up fucking loving it. Maybe it's because when I approached it, I went in knowing that it had nothing to do with Michael Myers, that it was its own individual story. So I just kind of took it for what it was. But I love and adore this film. I usually watch this the night before Halloween, and then John Carpenter's Halloween on Halloween. But I love and adore this film. So,
do you not watch Halloween 2?
On Halloween, no, I don't. It's just because the way it has been. So it's like, I work until about 5. I come home, I eat, a shower, and then it was take the kids out trick or treating, and then by the time we get home, I have maybe time for like one movie before I have to go to bed. But now that the kids are older and it's now uncool to go trick or treating with your dad, I may have enough time to squeeze in Halloween 1 and 2 on Halloween night. It's not a bad idea.
It's a great 3 hour. It's a great way to spend 3 hours for sure.
It's a good idea. I think I'll do that. You convinced me, sir.
Yeah. I have the opposite. My kids still want me to take them trick or treating. My son is 16, and my daughter is going to be 12 by at that point.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the night I dread the most, to be honest, because I hate walking around on Halloween because it's a 2 or 3 hour ordeal, and
I
well,
I
you
mean,
know how it is.
I kind of liked it, and I kind of missed that last year. So like last year, it was the first year where I was like, all right, go ahead, you can go with your friends. Um,
Yeah, and I probably will too. But
but
like, I feel like I think it's one of those things where like I really enjoyed. It's one of those things I enjoy being out because it's Halloween and I'm participating in Halloween.
yeah,
Rather than sitting at home.
yeah,
Because like when I was in my 20s before I had any kids, I was like just chilling at home. It's like it's Halloween. Oh, I love Halloween. What do you actually do on Halloween? Like like I would ask people like, what? Why do you love Halloween so much? What do you actually fucking do on Halloween? Do you go out and hang out with people? Do you go to parties like we see in movies and shit? What do you do? But anyway, I'm just a cynical person because most Halloween parties are during the weekend before.
yeah. It depends on
So
where it
anyway,
falls.
yeah, I love Halloween 3. Yeah, exactly. It's on Friday this year,
Cool.
so
Oh
you can stay up late. You don't work on Saturdays, do you?
no, no, unless I want to. So yeah, no, I can.
Well, you watch Halloween 1, 2, and 4, my
Oh,
friend. Make a
it's
night of it.
it's a great goddamn trilogy.
I'm telling you.
I will do that.
But yeah, Halloween 3 still is somewhat underrated, and it is now like a it's cool to like Halloween 3. But I love it. It's great. Dr. Chalice is amazing. Uh, you know, I love Connell Cochran. I think he's one of the most kind of low key best horror villains out there that nobody talks about.
Yeah,
Kind of like the Cenobites are great. What about Julia? You know,
it's true.
we should go door to door like Jehovah Witnesses and preach about Julia.
Do you have
Have you
time to
heard of
talk about
Julia,
our Lord and
the
Savior?
best villain in horror? Yeah. Or we could always talk about your Lord and Savior, John Carpenter.
The one true JC.
Right. Well, that would make people very unhappy, especially in this country lately. Anyway, yeah. So there's some suggestions there that we got. Everybody does their own thing on Halloween or for spooky season. Love the yeah, they're all dumb. I'm not no Michael Myers. My favorite movie. Yeah, okay, we got that one.
Yep.
Just catching up on these comments. It's
I like.
interesting.
I like. I still know what you did last summer, but I would watch those movies in the summer. Uh,
Hmm.
not that it
I
really.
watched the first one not too long ago.
Yeah. But I actually do like the second one a lot. I like the island setting.
I like Jack Black in it. That's all.
Yeah, as a stoner.
And he's probably the worst part of the movie. I don't think it's like people will like chastise that second one like it's the worst thing ever made, and it's
Yeah,
not. I don't think it's great by any means. I don't think the first one's great either, but it's not the worst thing ever made because there's a follow up to that that has nothing to do. I'll always know what you did. I think that's what it's called. That is one of the worst things I've ever seen.
yeah. My buddy
Ugh.
Josh was telling me
I
not
had
to
a
watch
dream.
it.
No, no, don't ever watch it. I I don't know. I think it was streaming somewhere like Hulu or something like that, and that's how I ended up watching it. Because my daughter and I were watching. We watched the first two, and I was like, "Oh, the third one I've never seen. It's on here." We got about 30 minutes in. I was like, "Nope." Uh, Off with its head. Um, I had a dream the other night of a Halloween sequel to follow Halloween 6 with Jamie Lloyd. Yes.
I'm
That's all I got to say.
but
there's a lot to it. It'd be called The Legend of Michael Myers,
I got questions, sir.
and let's just say the Cult of Thorn got the wrong Jamie Lloyd.
Well, you just answered my question.
There you go. They
I was
got
like,
the wrong one. They're like, oh shit,
we
this is not
follow
the right
Halloween
one.
6, but with Jamie Lloyd in it.
Well, that legitimizes J.C. Brandy playing Jamie Lloyd. You know, because I was thinking, I was like, what if she were alive and somehow they were able to do kind of like they got the wrong girl because the cult or the whatever they're called, the cult of the Thorns, seem very incompetent anyway. They could have gotten the wrong girl and then had Michael Myers impregnate his somebody who's not even his niece, which makes it less icky. And Jamie
Well,
Lloyd's been in
I'm,
hiding. And Dr. Loomis did the hiding.
I
Hmm?
mean, the whole thing with the impregnating thing. I'm sticking with my theory because Michael Myers has never been shown to have the need to, you know, stick his noodle in a hole. Um, I honestly,
He was doing very well last night. I'm just saying.
maybe someone around there gave him lessons, but I'm,
Hold
I'm
on. Hold on.
Let's go upstairs. Okay. Fuck, what's that?
You telling me Michael Myers doesn't know how to have sex?
I'm saying that unless something happened in Smith's Grove when he was a minor, I don't think he has the experience. And he's never shown the need to. Like he's been around nude bodies. But so I'm sticking with my theory that the nurses that work with the Cult of Thorn gave him a handy J. He splooged into their hand, and then they took the splooge from their hand and put it into like a cup, and then you know, um, maybe they you know did like the blind guy from Don't Breathe. I don't know.
Gross.
Was that
I'll never watch the sequel to that because of that. I didn't expect that.
was my joke in reference there too fucked up? Too soon?
No, but I just don't like that whole,
No,
that whole, I don't know,
yeah, that was
all that stuff.
yeah.
And people wanted him to play Deathstroke. I'm like, after he had cum in his mouth. Ugh. Anyway, those are some suggestions for spooky season. We got 2 full months of who knows what. I think Seth. I think we're going to have to do. That makes total sense. I don't think Michael Myers ever had sex, but I think we're going to have to do a '90s list before we retire this show. Because mine's already done. Obviously, it's on the horrorsyndicate.com. My top 50, I think it was, of the 1990s. Fun list.
Got the subspecies movies on
But
there.
I think we should do that. No. Top 50 movies, not bottom 50. I don't know. The first subspecies movie is okay at best. Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of species. Yeah, no, I still don't have any subspecies movies on there.
Okay, for a minute there,
Sorry.
For a minute there, you were confusing me because I'm like, I could have sworn Ray likes subspecies.
I like them, but I don't feel, no, I think, let me look at my list again. Hold on. I don't think I put any of them on there. If we talk subspecies, I think subspecies 2 is my favorite of the 4 I've watched because I think I've seen the Vampire Journals and the first 3.
Okay.
Then the Vampire Journals counts, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because I know that you proposed we do a show on a subspecies ranking.
I did propose. We're doing it. We're doing it.
I'm I'm down with that. I love Subspecies. The first three are goddamn incredible. I don't care what anyone says.
I think Incredible's pushing it, but they're good.
Incredible.
They're fun. Radu's fantastic.
I'm the guy from the Horror Syndicate.
Huh?
I'm the guy from the Horror Syndicate with the worst taste. So it's like Incredible by my low standards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't put it on my 90s list, but I know I had it in the running to be on there. Just I guess it didn't make it. The first one anyway, because I'm weird about that. Like with the exception of Friday the 13th, I feel like
You can't rank.
there should be if I don't put, huh?
You can't rank a sequel over the original. Is that what you're saying?
Not always. It's more about representation. It's like with Subspecies, I would want the representation of those all the movies. You know, the three movies anyway from the 90s, and so I would put the first one on there, kind of to be its representative. If Friday the 13th, I can't do that with because it's not its best movie. Obviously, the final chapter and Jason Lives are the two best Friday the 13th movies. Period. And I mean, even you can throw Jason Friday the 13th Part 2 in there as well. So I can't. Honestly, if there's one movie to represent an entire franchise for Friday the 13th, and I'll go on record in saying this, Seth. Okay, it's Jason Lives. So no, it's probably the final chapter. It's to represent the entire franchise. If we're throwing the best movie to go up against other franchises to represent a franchise, it'd be the final chapter.
Yeah.
Just like Halloween 6 would represent the Halloween franchise. No. It's generally the first movie. The only other franchise I would say, there's only two other franchises that it could almost be a toss-up. Three other franchises. Hellraiser, or Hellbound, toss-up. Child's Play 2, kind of a toss-up. Mm-hmm. Elm Street and Dream Warriors, kind of a toss-up. Because, I mean, I'm a staunch Elm Street 1 fan that says that is the best Elm Street movie. But there are tons of people who love 3, Dream Warriors. So, yes.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Candyman is... Sean, have you never been to our website, you asshole? Candyman is on my list, but it's not the number one. I'll read off my top 10 real fast. I watched that last night, or 2 nights ago.
Did you?
It's like, I want to watch Candyman really bad. So my top 10 from the 1990s, Dead Alive, a.k.a. Brain Dead. I wrote, what in the fuck? Anyway, number 9 is John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness.
Good choice.
Number 8's Misery. Number 7, Exorcist 3.
Good choice.
Number 6 is Night of the Living Dead.
Good choice.
Number 5 is Scream.
Good choice.
Number 4, and this is a personal favorite of mine, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Good choice.
Number 3, huh?
Solid movie.
Okay, number 3 is one I think gets slept on a lot, but Sleepy Hollow. I love Sleepy Hollow.
Very good movie. Very good Halloween movie too.
It's like Tim Burton wanted to make. Yeah, this is a perfect movie for the Halloween season. It's like Tim Burton wanted to make his own Hammer horror film, and this is it. And I mean, he's got like 3 or 4 guys that were in Hammer horror movies in the movie, for God's sakes. Number 2 is Candyman, and number 1 is, and people will probably say, "Oh, that's not a horror movie." It's Silence of the Lambs. It's an amazing movie, period, and it's a horror movie. Oh, Jesus. I have to leave the stream for the night. That's okay. We're closing up shop. Congratulations to you and your wife.
Yeah.
And your soon-to-be progeny. Misery is winning. Man, so we're doing the 90s bracket now, Seth, and I messed up. Because, you know, I do all this shit on my own. And Misery is winning 598 to 590 right now against Candyman. Thank you, Paul. nice to see Paul back. He used to watch us back in 2017. But so John Carpenter's Vampires went up against The Exorcist 3. And I feel, as much as I love vampires, there's a clear winner there. It's going to be Exorcist 3. It's a great movie.
Hands down.
And when I filled out the bracket, updated it, I wrote down vampires because I wasn't thinking. I was tired, and I posted it this morning. Everybody's like, Exorcist 3 won a lot. Exorcist 3 beat vampires. Like, fuck, I made a mistake because I already pre-scheduled the matchups and I had Exorcist 3 winning and going up against Event Horizon. And it's like people love to chastise people. I'm like, fucking grow up. I made a mistake. I fixed it. Now you can't even see that I fucked it up in the first place.
Yeah.
People piss me off. And the funny thing is, Exorcist 3 is losing to Event Horizon. So
is it really?
Did it matter? Yeah.
I love Event Horizon, but Exorcist 3 is.
It doesn't matter. Army of Darkness is going to win this.
That is true.
Army of Darkness is going to win this bracket.
That is true.
Army of Darkness is beating The Craft handily. In the Mouth of Madness is beating Dracula 387 to 355. The Exorcist 3 is losing to Event Horizon 442 to 412. These are all pretty close. And Candyman is losing to Misery 598 to 591. So tomorrow should be interesting. But some of the movies that got left behind, New Nightmare got beaten by Army of Darkness. Army of Darkness is going to win the whole thing. And I said that in my post today. I said, here's an updated look at the 1990s tournament bracket 1. I bet Army of Darkness wins this all. Never underestimate the power of Evil Dead fans. We've seen that before, haven't we, Seth?
We have seen that before, not too long ago. What was it, a couple years ago?
We did the same bracket. It's a different bracket, but the same idea of the bracket. And it got an Evil Dead post an Army of Darkness matchup got shared in a Bruce Campbell group, and they flooded, and it just kind of fucked up the whole thing. And Army of Darkness beat the shit out of everything.
And the
plus side, and Army of Darkness is not the best horror movie of the 90s. It's Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. There's some sort of like delay between me and you, so.
Well, Child's Play 2 lost In the Mouth of Madness. How do you feel about that?
I'm fine with that. In the Mouth of Madness is a completely underrated John Carpenter masterpiece. Child's Play 2 is my favorite of the Child's Play franchises. It's a staple of my childhood, but I cannot lie. In the Mouth of Madness is a better movie.
We do have another bracket. I did something different. I pulled 63 movies from the 1990s, and then I pulled 8 other ones. And I had the 8 lesser known movies. They're kind of like not the ones that get talked about enough or almost at all, other than the Japanese ones, and put them in its own bracket. And it was like Tales from the Hood, and anyway, Wishmaster won that, and it was like a play-in bracket. So the winner of that bracket got to go into the main bracket, because I ended up with 71 movies. I was like, what am I going to do? So anyway, the bracket's going to end. This one's going to end Thursday. Yeah, Thursday, and then the next one will start this weekend, and we'll be done with the 90s.
I love this comment.
That's a weird hot take.
It's
not real.
Nope, that's my take. That's my take as well.
Sean Sheridan, listen, yeah, I know, but you and Sean Sheridan both don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I just don't know how I can explain as to why I don't trust your judgment in movies. I just don't know what I can do to explain why I just don't trust either one of you.
I never said I recommend Howlin' 3 The Marsupials. I just like taking joy from your misery of making you watch it again.
I know. No, I mean, you guys can have your opinions, but
well,
I think that would get voted down.
I'm going to be digging into them again because I'm reading the Exorcist novel from William Peter Blatty, which is actually an excellent novel. It just like it grabs me. It just reads so easy. And then after that, I'm going to read Legion And then I'm going to watch the 2 movies. But Exorcist 3, I've maintained for years. I think it's more of an interesting film for me.
I like Exorcist 3 a lot. I think it's good, but there are times that it's slow and it's just like it gets super dull at certain points. But then there's some really good moments. I want to know if anybody watching or watches this later thinks Exorcist 3 is better than The Exorcist. Let me know in the comments. Paul says Army of Darkness is by far the worst of the Evil Dead movies and series. Are we talking about Evil Dead Rise in 2013's Evil Dead that's not a remake? Because I agree wholeheartedly. I mean, what do you think, Seth?
I'm in agreement. I actually started.
I'm not going to say anything about.
Started like 2 years ago, maybe. I started working on like this like Evil Dead ranking article for the Horror Syndicate, where I was going to do not only all the movies, but I was going to include all 3 seasons of Ash vs. Evil Dead. And that was on my old computer, but it shit the bed. You and I have been saying forever that the Evil Dead franchise is one of the more consistent ones where there's not really a bad film in the bunch, but Army of Darkness ranks low because of the weird decision to kind of change genres. Because I don't look at Army of Darkness as a horror film at all. It's a swashbuckling adventure film with some minor horror elements, and it's connected to a horror franchise. There's nothing really horror about it for me. And that's why it's kind of like on the bottom. It's fun as hell. It's a rewatchable as hell film. But it's my least favorite.
Yeah, I mean, that aside, it's just I like Evil Dead, the franchise as a whole, and yeah, I think even Nate and Jared agreed with us saying that it's a solid franchise. I mean, there's very few movies that you can enjoy every entry, very much so, and just Army of Darkness is the outlier because of pretty much what you said. It's changes genres. I still feel like it's a horror movie. It's not scary or anything like that, but there's some horrific things that happen in the movie, you know, and the Pit Witch always got me. I love that shit. And I do like Army of Darkness, don't get me wrong. I just do not think it even belongs in the top 10 in the 1990s. And it's definitely my least favorite of the Evil Dead movies, where my favorite also is very controversial. So, because my favorite's the 2013 movie, because I feel like that is the most horror of the franchise. Well, other than Evil Dead Rise, because Evil Dead was made to be a horror movie, the original movie, and then I don't know if it got some kind of or Sam Raimi decided let's put some slapstick in this the remake / sequel. I don't know what the decision making was there, but like I like Evil Dead 2, but it's just not as horror to me, and it is a horror movie. You know, it actually is probably my 4th favorite because I like Rise a lot. So I don't know. I like the ones that are more horror centric than comedy, and I think the franchise moving forward is going to be more horror, and it's going to just disappoint people because they're where's Bruce Campbell? These are horror comedies. Well, the original wasn't a horror comedy; it was a horror movie that just happened to be kind of funny at times.
And the
So yeah, I like Rise.
Films. Sorry.
What's the new one going to be called? And Burn or something like that. I'm looking forward to that.
Evil Dead Burn.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think it's a good time to be an Evil Dead fan because we're getting new movies by filmmakers who make horror movies, and Evil Dead was meant to be a horror franchise. Mm-hmm. So anyway, you got anything else you want to mention tonight? We can mention that we are going to try to keep this schedule for October more like Rocktober. But we're going to talk about trying to find there it is. The subspecies, we're going to do a subspecies ranking show, which means I have to rewatch them all in the next couple weeks, which no problem there. The only one I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch is the newest one. I don't know if that's
Oh,
streaming or not. I'll have to figure that out.
I think it is. I think it's on Tubi or Prime, one of them. I got the Blu-ray, so I can't help you with that. But
Yeah, I mean, I could probably buy it, I guess, if because I do own the other ones. I don't think I own the Vampire Journals though. October 14th, the second week, are going to be talking about the Dark Universe Folly. That's what I called it. Seth mentioned something about that the other day about the Universal's Dark Universe and the shared universe they were trying to make, and what went. We kind of talk about what went wrong, and I would say the Mummy is what went wrong. But to sum it up, and we're gonna try to figure out like a way to do a
I'll have a lot to say with that one.
What?
I'll have a lot.
I'm sure you will. You're gonna probably lead that one for sure. Yeah. And then the following week, October 21st, I will tell you, we're going to do the subspecies show also on that Monday because the 6th or the 7th is a Tuesday. It's my daughter's birthday. And no, not doing a show on her birthday. She will kill me. But then on the 21st, we're going to figure out a way. I don't know how we're going to do this yet, but I want to talk about Hammer and Universal. But like not necessarily versus, but talk about. Oh, good, it's on Tubi. Thank you, Trekopedia. We missed you. Fantastic. You came in at the right time, my friend. But I want to figure out a way to kind of like talk about the Dracula movies, which aren't very many, of Universal versus the Dracula movies of Hammer, or the Frankenstein movies of Universal versus the Frankenstein movies of Hammer. And there's only one werewolf movie for Hammer in their cycle, which is in my opinion a phenomenal werewolf movie. And then of course the Wolfman. I mean, these are, in my opinion, two of the best werewolf movies ever made: Curse the Werewolf and the Wolfman. I don't need to tell you that stuff.
That's right.
And then the final Tuesday show, Horror Movie Madness, we are doing Halloween 2018 Kills and Ends and how to improve them. That should be fun.
That will be fun.
That's going to be interesting. I will not invite Nate to that show. He's so in love with Halloween
He'll be
Ends.
there in the comments. He'll be like, what was it from James Gunn's Superman?
Oh, I bet he will. Like he pops up out of nowhere when I least expect it. I don't know. I saw. I watched. What was I watching recently? I was.
Hey.
What? Oh.
That's fucking hilarious.
I knew it. That is perfect timing. Nate, you want to come on that show? So I don't even say it now. We're going to talk about ways that we would improve the Halloween David Gordon Green trilogy. That's what I'm talking about. If you want to come on that show, feel free. But you are so much in love with Halloween Ends. You're not going to, he's going to combat anything that we say. You can come on. Might be fun.
Nate just unfollowed the Horror Syndicate.
I know. Nate's like, I'm done with these guys.
Yeah.
But Nate, we got to talk about this.
Yes, Nate.
Actually, I still want to make Nate watch the 2006 Wicker Man. No, there's we actually talked about it on the Horror Syndicate Facebook page a little bit, and he's right. It's not perfect. And I agree. I think this is the Howling 3. You never need to talk about this, Nate. It's all. But we talked about it a little bit, and the biggest thing that comes up when we talk about those three movies is the addition to Corey and how late it was. I think that was a big problem. It's still a big problem. That's part of what got me thinking about this was like, Reynolds really. By the way, my son loves Halloween Ends. He's like, it's Ends is way better than Kills. He's probably right. I haven't watched Ends yet. I watched Halloween and Halloween Kills the other night. But like, I think if they would have added Corey earlier, that I think it would have made Ends a little bit better. But and I agree with Nate's point too. We don't need to see, Jamie Lee Curtis versus The Shape again, and that we didn't need to see that for an entire movie. He's right about that. So there's a lot that we could talk about when it comes to those three movies, especially after I watched them again recently, except for Halloween Ends, which I still plan on watching, but I gotta wait for Reynolds. Is there anyone named Corey and how? I don't think so.
No, but there is a Donnie, and he's not cool.
You even remember their names. Act like you don't love that movie.
I have a good memory when it comes to films and stuff. Bad memory with
Was
everything.
Dracula Untold a part of the?
So Dracula Untold
That
was
wasn't a part of
made,
the Dark Universe, was it?
technically not. So basically, what happened was Dracula Untold was already being made, and then they planned on doing the Dark Universe stuff, and then I think towards the later part of production of Dracula Untold, they decided that they were gonna include that. So then they shot the ending that's tacked on at the end of the film with Charles Danson's character um, in Dracula modern day.
Dracula Untold's not too bad. It would make yeah, I agree with that 100%. And I swear that there's a different Halloween Ends out there, a script, because we were supposed to get Halloween Kills in 2020, and then of course COVID kind of put all that shit on hold, and there was that alternate ending, which unfortunately my digital copy we watched the other night, it has the ending of Laurie walking out of the hospital or whatever, and it makes it look like she's going after Michael. And so like they changed the ending of it in the theater for Halloween Kills to where Laurie's still in the hospital or something like that. I can't quite remember. But so yeah, I'm pretty sure with COVID they're like, well, hold on now. Let's change this a little bit. And so they did the time jump, and you know, David Gordon Green got to make the movie he wanted to make, which is good, But and I still think there's a good movie there. I don't like that. That's the end of that franchise. Um, I don't think I like Kills at all. By the way, after watching it again, I'm like, God, this movie sucks. I'm sorry. It's there's a lot of problems with that movie. I honestly think that if they would have separated all three movies in time and made Halloween 2018 take place in 2018 and Halloween Kills take place a couple years down the line and then ends, a couple years down the line, it probably would have been better because there's a lot of issues with Halloween Kills, in my opinion. Yes, I read. It is. It's the Man of Steel Dracula edition. I know you. I saw your comment in the Horse and a Kid. It's still much better than Halloween 5 and Resurrection, and
That's
you're
true.
probably right. I think that when I did the voting thing, which one is your favorite? I think Halloween 5 won, but I think, and Seth, you may agree with me on this, probably Nate, that's all nostalgia based because we grew up with Halloween 5. And when we were younger, when Halloween 5 was around, I didn't think it was bad up until I realized I'm like, this is a bad movie. It was just Halloween 5 was the next edition, and just like watching Elm Street 5. I was like, oh, I love Elm Street 5. It's Freddy. But as you get older, you realize, yeah, Nate agrees, total nostalgia. But I don't think Halloween 5 is not very good. That's another one I'd like, what could we do to make this better? Of course, it's like talking to a wall because that doesn't matter. But yeah, I think one of the big problems with Halloween Kills, and this will surprise anyone, is the flashback scene. I think that was super pointless. All it did was set up two things, which was what's his name, the cop killing that guy. Which I don't know that did that serve a purpose. and then setting up Lonnie Elam seeing Michael Myers. I think that's all that was there for. And maybe like, oh, you should bring Dr. Loomis back. You can't have Halloween without Dr. Loomis. I think I liked the flashback, but I think it was pointless. After watching it again the other night, so yeah. It made me want to see more of that night rather than seeing what came after it. A hard on. I don't see who uses hard on anymore. What I've always said, erection. I've never really been a boner person. Seth, what do you use? Boner? I got a boner. What do you say?
A rager.
Are you not allowed to say? A rager? Well, that just makes it sound like it's me.
But better.
Yeah, I love the flashback too. I found it very pointless after when I watched it the other night. I'm like, God damn, this is pointless. I mean, it looks great. It feels great. The guy who plays Michael Myers is great, but it felt pointless. It just felt like it was what do they call it? You do something for the fans, and it's what is that called? Like they called Star Wars Episode 7 where you please the fans. What the fuck is that called? There's a term for it.
Was it like memberries?
Fan service. Thank you.
Fan service.
No, fan service. Yeah. That was awesome. That Vader scene. Anyway, so yeah, we got some shows coming up for October. I don't know what we're gonna do for the rest of the month. I don't know. It's probably gonna be more of things like, oh, what are we gonna do tonight? Oh, this. Yeah, fan service is okay sometimes, but I don't know. Because I think when we did a show after Halloween Ends came out, I think both of us said that if we see another sequel to the 1978 film, we would like it to be set in that time frame or in a different time frame, not another Laurie Strode movie, but earlier in the 1980s or something like that. You talked about Russellville, I think.
I mean, I wrote up a whole treatment about like a trilogy that would take place in the 80s. I don't know if you remember that. You read it.
I do. Because that's where the Russellville thing came from. By the way, we're going to take over the world. Yeah. Did you put that on the Horror Syndicate or did you just send that to me? I can't remember.
I just sent it to you. I wouldn't put anything that
Okay.
I work on creatively like that up.
Before the crowd starts chanting "Evil Dies Tonight," by the way, I counted them saying it was said 11 times before that. I was counting. Anyway, Seth, is there anything you want to mention? Are you going to do a show this week? Anything for werewolves?
Yeah, I'm gonna tomorrow night for sure. I'm gonna cover The Howlin', 1981, as well as the 3 novels from Gary Brandner. So, a couple weeks, buddy. You got to watch that. You seem so excited. Oh, did you not get the Scream Factory Blu-ray?
Just when you thought it was safe to go down under. So, like, licking vagina?
Yeah.
Indeed. 1980. Although I will say there are some good movies that came out in 1989. Society, Pet Sematary, and of course the everlasting slasher masterpiece, Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. All right. Well, that's where we leave you for the night. Me saying that Friday the 13th Part 8's a masterpiece. That is my son's favorite. And if I say anything bad about that, he just gives me this look. How dare you? This how dare you look every time. Yep, Shocker came out in 89. 89, you know, the deeper I look into years, remember, because we did the top 10 of 1989, top 10 of 81, 80 through 89. And the more I dig into some of these years, like 1998, take a good look at 1990, because 1990's got some really pretty good horror movies in there. Some bad ones too, but there's some good ones in there. Misery, of course, is in there. Night of the Living Dead. Seth is in there. No. Was any of the Howling movies from 80, 90? Freaks
No.
was 92, I think, right? Rebirth came out in 89.
89 was Rebirth, and then I think 91 was The Freaks.
Was it 91 or 90? I thought it was 92.
I think it was.
Maybe 90. I'm wrong. I am probably wrong because you know better than I do when it comes to that. Maybe I just watched Freaks a lot in 92 because it seemed to be on all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
It did. Like every time I turned on the TV, USA was showing fucking Howling 6, The Freaks. I honestly think that might be the Howling movie I've seen the most, other than the first one. Now, the Howling scene I've seen the most has Sybil Danning in it. I'm just saying. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Man, I really think the 90s are kind of underrated. I'm starting to think that. I did, Nate, I don't know if you saw my list, the top 50 90s horror movies. There are some really good horror movies in the 90s, and I'm not just talking about Scream. I'm not just talking about Silence of the Lambs. There's some good ones in there. So, Trekpedia, have a good night, Nate. We'll talk soon about Halloween Ends. Seth, have a good night, man. I'll see you next week. We'll figure out something ahead of time, because I want to be ready, because today I was like sleep at 7:05 and woke up like, oh, we're doing a show.
We still got to finish the Saw franchise.
I'm off that. We can, but I still have the stuff up too. Boom. There it is. It's still there. All right. Everybody have a great night. We will see you at another time in another episode. Bye. Seth, bye.
Evil Dies Tonight.
Seth, bye.
Evil Dies Tonight.